Mark came from a family of billionaires, but his parents disowned him when he rebelled. They wanted to control everything about him, right down to arranging a marriage with a woman he didn't love and forcing him to work at the family company. He hated the corporate world and preferred a simple life. He didn't want to end up like his older brother, whose every step was controlled by their parents. No freedom. To avoid that fate, he made a decision. Mark left the mansion and cut ties with his family so they couldn't track him down. From then on, he lived simply. He didn't care about not having a flashy car, expensive clothes, shoes, or gadgets. He wanted to stand on his own 2 feet and earn every comfort through his own effort. He would never trade his freedom just to live in luxury. From the day he walked away from the mansion, he lived alone. He rented a tiny apartment, and sometimes his older brother quietly helped him with rent. It had to be in secret, because if their parents found out, it would get ugly. Sometimes Mark begged his brother, Anthony, to stop helping, but Anthony insisted, and in the end, Mark could only accept the help being offered. One day, Mark applied for a janitorial job at a pharmaceutical company. It was the only opening, so he took it. On his first day, he started alongside a working student named Erica, and he fell for her at first sight. Soon they grew close. He courted her, and eventually she said yes. He watched Erica work hard to finish college. He learned she was the breadwinner for 3 siblings. He felt for her and helped her finish school and support her family. Mark worked all sorts of side gigs just to provide what Erica needed, and he realized that being poor wasn't easy, but he'd endure it if it meant keeping the freedom to make his own choices. After a year, Erica graduated from college. Mark was overjoyed because his girlfriend's first dream had finally come true. After graduating, Erica applied for a staff role at the same company where Mark worked as a janitor. A year later, she was promoted to manager thanks to her strong performance. "Mark, can I ask you something? I feel like there's still so much I don't know about you. We've been together 3 years, but you don't share much about yourself." "What do you want to know, honey?" "A lot. For starters, what did you finish in college? I mean, did you graduate?" "I didn't, Erica. If I had, I probably wouldn't be working as a janitor," he joked. "Okay, but do you plan to study? You know it's not great to stay in that position forever." "The thing is, I don't want to be the only one rising. I want us to succeed together. I don't even know what I want for myself yet, but I'm happy with my work, and happier just being by your side." "That's enough for me," Mark said softly. The truth was, he had tried applying for higher positions at the company, but he never got accepted. He suspected his parents were blocking him from getting hired into a better role. He knew his parents were acquainted with the current CEO of the company where he worked as a janitor. "It's not that I'm ashamed of your job, Mark, but people here talk about us. I'm a manager, and you're a janitor. I don't want us to be the target of people's ridicule." "What do you want me to do, Erica?" Mark asked, confused. "Maybe you could apply as a janitor at another company, not here. I feel embarrassed when people see us together." Mark tried to put himself in Erica's shoes, and he understood where she was coming from. Still, he couldn't help being hurt. If their love was real, why be ashamed of him? From the beginning, Erica had asked that they keep their relationship secret at work. For a long time, Mark felt like she was ashamed of him for being a janitor. "That's all I want. If it's okay with you, I won't force you." "If you really want that, I'll resign. I'll try to apply somewhere else so they won't tease you that your boyfriend's just a janitor." "That's not what I meant, Mark. Wait, it's hard to explain. I just hope you understand how I feel." "It's okay, Erica. You don't have to explain. I understand, and I'll do whatever you want." Erica pretended to feel guilty, but inside she was relieved. She had finally gotten Mark to agree. She wanted him out of the company because she'd met another man. The next day, with a heavy heart, Mark resigned. He didn't really want to. He loved that company. Most of his memories with Erica lived there. A month later, he was hired as a janitor at another company not far from Erica's, so he still picked her up after work. One day, Erica got angry because he came to get her wearing clothes that looked like rags. "Mark, why did you come dressed like that? It's embarrassing. Your outfit looks bad," Erica muttered, ashamed. "Sorry, I came straight from work. I didn't change into nicer clothes," Mark apologized. Two of Erica's co-workers, Mara and Karen, both snide, walked up and eyed Mark. "Erica, who's that?" Mara asked. "Is that your boyfriend?" Karen said, laughing. "He's just my neighbor," Erica denied quickly. It felt like a knife in Mark's chest. He was hurt, but he hid it and went along so she wouldn't be embarrassed. "Hi, I'm Mark, the neighbor," he lied. "Oh, I see. We've got to run or we'll miss the train," Mara said. "Okay, take care," Erica replied. When her friends left, Mark looked at her, his face unreadable. "Really, Erica? You introduced me as your neighbor. Is the truth that shameful?" He turned to walk away, but Erica grabbed his arm. "Mark, don't take it to heart. I was just surprised to see you, and I wasn't ready to introduce you. Please don't pick me up dressed like that again so I won't have to lie about who you are," she said irritably. "Okay, I'll try to wear something nicer next time if that's what you want." He was hurting, but he chose to be understanding because he loved Erica so much. He didn't want to give her any reason to be angrier. He told himself it was a small thing. On their 4-year anniversary, Mark shared all his plans for their relationship. He wanted to marry her next year, but Erica reacted differently. "Marriage? I want a grand wedding, Mark, but from what I see, you can't afford one, and I'm not ready to get married." "Why not?" "We've been together 4 years. Some couples wait 10. It's better to really get to know each other. Let's not rush. Let's enjoy where we are." "Are you saying you're not sure about me?" Mark asked seriously. "Our music. To be honest, I'm not. 4 years isn't enough for me. If you're sure about me, thanks, but I'm not there yet. Please give me time to think." "Haven't I shown you everything? My intentions? What else can I do to make you sure?" "I don't even know. I just have a lot of goals, so please don't force me into something I'm not ready for." Mark humbled himself again and again. He knew marriage was a big step, so he didn't want to pressure her. He would wait until she was ready. One day, on the sidewalk, Mark ran into Louis, a former janitor co-worker who knew about his relationship with Erica. "Mark, long time. How are you?" "I'm okay. You?" "I'm fine. Hey, did you and Erica break up?" Why ask? Mark frowned at the question. "Really? I keep seeing her with another guy, having lunch in the cafeteria. Looks like a new employee." "Maybe it's just a co-worker." "Maybe." Mark tried to stay calm, but he couldn't shake what he'd heard. "How many times have you seen them eating together?" "A lot, almost every day. Just the two of them." Mark's throat went dry. "Just the two of them?" "Yeah." Mark worried, but he still chose to trust Erica. When they met again, he brought it up because he didn't want to assume the worst. "Erica, my former co-worker Louis, told me you're often eating with a guy in the cafeteria. I don't want to think badly, so I'm asking you directly." "He's new. I have to guide him. You know my position. I have to move fast with everyone." "I understand. I just wanted to hear it from you." "Thanks, Mark." He hugged her, but a deep unease settled in his chest. One evening, Mark went to Erica's apartment. She'd asked him to come clean her place and drop off her laundry at the laundromat. He had the day off, so he happily did it. While cleaning, he saw a phone on the bedside table. A notification flashed. He hadn't planned to read anything, but he caught his own name and couldn't help it. Hey, Erica, admit it. Is Mark really your secret boyfriend? We saw you two at a coffee shop yesterday, Mara wrote. Right, and isn't he the former janitor at our company? Karen added. Yes, he's my boyfriend, but I'm going to break up with him. We got together when I was still new at the company. I want to break it off, but I don't want to be too sudden, Erica replied. Girl, seriously? A janitor? With your looks? There are plenty of rich guys out there with deeper pockets. Someone's courting me now. The new guy, Cyrus. He's exactly my type. I'm going to say yes. I'll dump Mark first, Erica wrote. Good. Dump him so you and Cyrus can be together. You and Cyrus have more chemistry, Karen said. Those were the messages Mark saw in the group chat. It felt like the sky collapsed on him. He was insulted, mocked, and worst of all, Erica herself degraded him. He couldn't believe it. He had loved honestly, and they made a joke of his feelings. His heart shattered. Still, after taking in everything, he realized Erica had truly changed. She wasn't the humble girl he first knew. A little comfort had gone to her head. In the days that followed, Mark stopped messaging Erica. He ignored her texts, chats, and calls. When he was ready to face her, he went to her apartment. He rang the bell. A man opened the door. Behind him stood Erica, wearing only a towel. Erica froze when she saw Mark at the door. Who are you? Asked the man. Cyrus, the new co-worker. Mark didn't answer. He just stared. Mark, you're here, Erica said, nervous. Mark didn't respond. He walked in, grabbed his things from the closet, and decided to leave. There was no point staying with someone like her. Do you know him? Cyrus asked. Oh, yeah, he's my cousin. Wait outside for a bit, okay? We need to talk. His parents kicked him out, Erica lied. Oh, okay, I'll wait. Cyrus stepped out. Erica locked the door and went back to Mark, who was packing the few things he'd left there. They used to live together, but Erica had asked for space, and Mark had agreed. Why did you come without telling me? She snapped. You want to break up with me? Don't worry, you don't have to. I'm breaking up with you. Erica was shocked, not just by his words, but by his sudden switch to crisp English, as if a different persona had surfaced. What are you talking about? You wanted to dump me? No need. From now on, we're done. I'm the one ending this, not the other way around. Okay, sure. I've wanted to do that anyway. Thanks for making it easy, she sneered. I didn't know you were this kind of woman. The nerve. What do you mean by that? You know exactly what I mean. You're the kind of person who'll do anything just to climb the social ladder. I regret wasting 4 years on you. You think your English will sway me? No matter how you speak, you're still trash. Think whatever you want. I don't care. But make sure you remember this. You'll regret what you did to me. Mark stormed out. Erica was left unsettled. It was like she'd been talking to a different Mark, not the timid janitor. It wasn't easy for Mark to have that kind of confrontation, but his anger outweighed his love. He realized how hard it was to be poor. People stomped on you when they didn't need you. He wondered if choosing this life had been a mistake. Was turning his back on family wealth the wrong decision? Music. 2 weeks passed. Mark received a call from Anthony. Mark, you need to know something, Anthony said gravely. What is it? Mark asked. Anthony sighed. Dad's gone. He passed last night from kidney disease. Mark fell silent, unsure what to feel. How did this happen? You said he was stable. Tears welled in Mark's eyes. He stood up and paced the room, full of regret and anger at himself. He hadn't been there in his father's final moments. If he could turn back time, he'd hug his father and show him how much he loved him. But it was too late. I thought he'd pull through. I'm sorry I couldn't call sooner. We're handling everything. Please come and lay him to rest with us. And he left a message for me. He wanted me to bring you back to the family, Anthony said, Mark was surprised. He thought he'd never be welcome again after rebelling and being cast out. He'd made so many mistakes that he was ashamed to show his face. Also, Mark, I need your help at the company. I'm resigning as vice president next month. I have a replacement for my role, but for the new CEO, I trust no one but you. Anthony pleaded, hoping to convince his brother to return. He knew Mark hated complicated corporate work, like being a CEO. Don't worry, I'll guide you even after I leave. I just want to make sure Dad's legacy is in good hands. Please make it right this time, Mark. Mark stayed quiet. He wasn't interested, but he realized this was his chance to make amends, not just with the family, but with their late father. Okay, I'll come back. Anthony was taken aback that Mark agreed so quickly. Are you sure? Yes, I don't really have another choice. I'm tired. I can't pretend anymore. I can't do this alone. I need help. Let's meet now at that quiet restaurant we used to visit, Anthony suggested. Okay, I'll get changed. 10 minutes later, Mark arrived at a quiet restaurant Anthony had chosen for privacy. The moment Mark entered, a waiter led him to Anthony's table. Thanks for coming, Mark, Anthony said, standing to shake his hand. Mark sat, face clouded with sadness. I wanted to meet in person to talk about what's going on with you. Mark stared at the table, recalling how Erica had betrayed him. My ex, Erica, fooled me. I thought she loved me. Turns out she just used me to get what she wanted. I get it, but there's something I don't understand. Why did you agree so fast to work at the company? You swore you'd never step into that mess. Because I want payback, Anthony. I want Erica fired from Farmanova. And the guy too, Mark said coldly. That's where Erica works. You know Dad bought that company, right? He became the majority owner. Mark froze. It felt like the universe aligned with his plan. Then it'll be easier to get even. If I oversee that company, I can control the situation. Just don't lose yourself, Mark. It's not wrong to even the scales. But remember your purpose. They sat in heavy silence. What about you, Anthony? What's your plan after you resign? Honestly, I want to pursue my dream of being a film director. I'm tired of corporate work. I'd rather hold a camera and make films. That night, Mark found peace in the middle of his confusion. He felt comforted by his brother and realized Anthony had always been his ally. On Saturday, the DeVere family gathered at the cemetery for their father Francis's burial. Mark stood beside Anthony and watched their mother Martha weep as the casket was lowered into the ground. He finally let the tears fall. He understood now that his father had only wanted to protect him from a cruel world. He realized his father's drive for wealth wasn't just for influence or power. It was to shield the family from poverty and people's scorn. I'm sorry, Mom, Mark sobbed as he hugged her. She gave him a pained smile and held him tight. She had been waiting a long time for him to come home. It's okay, son. You don't have to apologize. We forgave you long ago. Mark cried in his mother's arms and promised his father he would never leave her again. 2 days after the funeral, Mark left his tiny rooming house and moved back into the mansion. He woke up in his big childhood bedroom, feeling strange. He slept well on the huge, soft bed. The AC made him shiver, so he turned it off with the remote. The room was spacious and fully furnished, nothing like his cramped, noisy apartment where he sometimes couldn't sleep because neighbors blasted karaoke or yelled all night. He walked to the dining room, where his family was waiting at a long table filled with good food. Mark, we've been waiting, his mother called sweetly. Sit, Mark, Anthony said, pointing at the empty chair at the end. Mark sat, they prayed, and began to eat. He felt awkward being with them again, but he was getting used to it. While eating, he remembered the times he ate alone, with nothing but dried fish or instant noodles. He laughed at himself for allowing such hardship, but he knew those struggles had purpose. They taught him how hard life could be, like a mouse hiding and squeezing through holes just to survive. Those hardships made him value every comfort and opportunity now. Still, he felt something missing at home, his father's presence. It hurt, but he had to accept the truth. He held on to his lesson. Treasure the hard-earned comforts given to you. Music. A month later, Anthony became acting CEO while the board decided on a permanent successor. They were waiting for Mark to join a major meeting. Excitement buzzed when luxury cars pulled up to the building, bodyguards lined up, and the doors opened. A tall, broad-shouldered man in a black tux stepped out, eyes hidden behind dark sunglasses. Mark. He walked straight inside, ignoring reporters and cameras. In the meeting room, Anthony was at the far end of the table. They stood and shook hands. "Welcome back, Mark," Anthony said warmly. The meeting began. The workload their father left was immense. If Mark accepted the CEO role, it would be a huge responsibility. He leaned back, deep in thought, eyes on the projector, displaying a familiar building, a pharmaceutical company their father had purchased before he passed. "I think I can handle Pharmanova Pharmaceuticals first. Taking over the main company right away is a lot. Too many unresolved issues. Let me start smaller and adjust," Mark suggested. The board hadn't expected that, but no one objected. Some candidates were even pleased, seeing their chances at the main company improve. "If that's what you want, I won't stop you. Take Pharmanova and grow it," Anthony said. "One favor," Mark added. "Sure, what is it?" "I want my identity kept secret. I'm not ready to go public." The board nodded, not prying into his reasons. The meeting ended with consensus on who would run the main company, a veteran board member loyal to their father. Mark stayed behind with Anthony. "Don't you want your ex to find out right away that you're the new CEO of her company?" "I'm not ready. I have things to do first. I want to play my cards carefully with the woman who belittled and betrayed me." "It's your call. Just don't let revenge consume you," Anthony warned. The next day, Anthony invited Mark to the mall to relax and shop. After lunch, Anthony went ahead to a computer store while Mark checked a high-end clothing shop. He eyed a royal blue polo, then someone blocked his way. "Mark, are you following us?" Erica snapped, annoyed. Mark turned and saw his ex clinging to Cyrus, arms full of shopping bags. Cyrus stepped in, glaring. "Hey, you better stop following my girlfriend unless you want to get beaten up." Mark stayed quiet, calm. He looked Cyrus up and down and gave a slight smile. "Excuse me, I'm here to buy clothes." He started to leave, but Erica grabbed the polo from his hand. "Are you really here to buy? You can't afford that. Give it to me. It'll look better on my boyfriend. It doesn't suit a janitor like you," she mocked. Before they could walk away, a voice sounded behind them. "Who are you?" Anthony asked, serious. "Excuse me? And who are you? Are you with this broke janitor?" Erica scoffed. "Broke janitor? You sure?" Anthony laughed sharply. The tension almost exploded, but Mark signaled his brother to let it go. Anthony, though seething, kept quiet. Shoppers stared. Erica and Cyrus turned away, carrying their arrogance with them, soon to be replaced by regret. After they left, Anthony exhaled. "Who were they? Why did they humiliate you?" "That was Erica, the ex I told you about. She replaced me with that jerk." Anthony shook his head. "Seriously? You let them do that? What are you waiting for? Put them in their place. They won't stop till you show them who you are." Mark had a different plan. "Let it be for now. I'll get even. At the right time, I won't be reckless. When I strike, they won't escape." For the first time, Anthony saw a change in his brother. No longer timid, but steady and strategic. A week later, Mark put on a janitor's uniform again and went back to Farmer Nova, not to reveal himself, but to execute a deeper plan. He remained the true CEO, known only to the board and department heads. The employees had no idea who the new CEO was. His trusted friend Max served as acting VP, in on Mark's plan. While Mark mopped near the cafeteria, he heard laughter inside. At a table near the terrace sat Erica with Mara, Karen, and her new boyfriend, Cyrus. "He's back, Erica," Mara whispered, jutting her chin toward Mark. Erica scowled. "What the hell? Why is he here?" "Your janitor ex is obsessed," Karen snickered. Erica clenched her fist. "Shut up. I don't want anyone to hear I dated that trash." "Don't worry, babe," Cyrus cut in. "I'll handle him. He won't last a day." Erica clung to him theatrically. "Please, babe, get rid of him. I'm not comfortable with him here." She was terrified that her dirty secret would be exposed. Mark, at a distance, kept mopping, lips curling faintly. He liked seeing the fear in her eyes. Cyrus stood, carrying a tray of food, and strolled toward Mark. "Hey, you really came back? Can't stay away from my girlfriend?" He clearly intended to dump the tray on Mark, but a passing employee tripped and bumped Cyrus's elbow. The tray flipped, right onto Cyrus. "Damn it!" he yelled, soaked in soup, ketchup on his cheek, spaghetti sliding from his hair. "This is your fault," he shouted, shaking off the mess. Some people laughed. Erica watched, mortified, and shook her head. Mark just raised an eyebrow and smiled slightly. "You haven't even started, and karma already got you," Mara muttered. Cyrus's eyes blazed, but he held back to avoid a public scene. "You just wait, Mark," he growled, stalking off. "Calm down, Cyrus," Erica warned, handing him tissues. "If we draw attention, people will notice my connection to him. It can't get out. I'll handle it." "So what's the plan?" "Let him be for now. I'll figure out how to get him fired. He can't stay here." She was scared, and it showed despite her anger. She glanced toward Mark, and froze when she found him already looking at her. He wasn't smiling, but something in his eyes made her want to melt into the floor. She looked away quickly and stood. "Excuse me," she told the others, then walked straight to Mark. She grabbed his arm and pulled him toward the supply closet. He didn't resist, as if he'd expected it. "What are you doing here?" she hissed, voice low. "Isn't it obvious? I'm working," he said coolly, wiping his hands on a rag. "Can you stop with the English? It doesn't suit you. No matter how many paragraphs you speak, you'll still be low class." "That's not for you to decide, Erica." "Are you here to get revenge?" she pressed. Mark smiled, but not kindly. "Revenge? Why jump to that? Are you scared, Erica?" She swallowed. "Scared? Of you? You're just a janitor. No one will believe anything you say. Your words will hit the floor like your mop water." "You're right. I'm a janitor. No title, no car, no story people want to believe." He looked her straight in the eye. "But what if one day the trash you threw out comes back as the owner of this entire company?" Erica laughed. "Great joke. Not happening. I'm not afraid of your fantasies. Maybe clean up your own mess before it comes back to you." She turned and left. Mark went back to mopping as if nothing happened. Erica returned to the table, steps heavy. "Babe, what happened? Did he do anything?" Cyrus asked. "Nothing. I told him to stay away. If he's really looking for trouble, he won't last a week." Mara and Karen exchanged uneasy looks. "Girl, why don't we fast-forward the plan and end this?" Mara said. "Agreed," Karen added. Cyrus squeezed his water bottle until it crinkled. "Just say the word, babe. I'll handle him." "We have to stay calm," Erica said. "We can't mess this up. Mark will leave, soon. I'll make sure he regrets coming back." She grabbed her bag and stood abruptly. "Let's go. I can't eat with that fly buzzing around." They walked past Mark as he kept cleaning. He didn't look up, but a faint smile touched his lips. In the days that followed, Cyrus shadowed Mark like a watchdog. He bumped Mark in the hallway more than once. Mark let it slide, but his patience wore thin. Past 6 in the evening, Mark took trash out back and saw Cyrus smoking against a wall beneath a large "No Smoking" sign. "You know that's not allowed?" Mark said coolly, pointing at the sign. "So what?" Cyrus didn't even look at him. "Then put out the cigarette and pick a better place for your ego." Mark stepped up, plucked the cigarette from Cyrus's mouth, and crushed it underfoot. "What the hell are you doing?" Cyrus snarled. "I told you, no smoking. That's a company rule." Cyrus laughed bitterly and shoved Mark hard. Mark shoved back, just as hard. "Who are you to tell me what to do? You're just the trash picker-upper." Mark lifted his gaze, cold and taunting. "And you're one of the pieces of trash I plan to pick up." Cyrus's temper snapped. He swung, but Mark slipped aside and drove a clean shot into Cyrus's chest. Cyrus stumbled and fell. He lunged again. Mark moved first, a quick punch to the mouth. Cyrus's lips split and bled. "You picked the wrong guy," Mark warned. He was about to finish it when someone ran in. "Mark!" Erica cried, horrified. She rushed to Cyrus, cupped his face, and helped him stand. "Are you okay?" "He attacked me for no reason," Cyrus lied. "He's jealous." Erica rounded on Mark and slapped him hard. "The nerve. I'll report you to HR and make sure you're fired." Mark didn't flinch. A cool smile crossed his face. "Go ahead. Let's see who ends up in trouble." Erica suddenly felt a chill. That didn't sound like an empty threat. She helped Cyrus out, and Mark pulled out his phone to call Dexter from IT. "Hello, sir?" "Dexter, I need a copy of the CCTV footage from the back lot. Send it to me. An employee violated company policy. I need it for an investigation." "Yes, sir. I'll check now." Moments later, Mark received the footage. Cyrus smoking beneath the sign. Mark warning him. And who threw the first punch? "Thanks. Keep me posted on that employee. For now, keep this quiet. If HR gets a report about me, let it ride. I have evidence." "Copy, boss," Dexter said. He was one of the few who knew Mark was the new CEO, having attended a confidential board session about it. Back inside, Mark sensed the stares. Word traveled fast. He ignored the whispers. The janitor punched Mr. Cyrus. He's jealous because Cyrus has the higher position and Erica. But they grated on him. He stepped into the elevator and found Erica there, arms crossed, a handkerchief pressed to her nose. "Can you take the stairs? I can't stand your smell," she snapped. Mark stayed put. "You can give orders all you want. Maybe you should adjust to your own fussiness," he said evenly. "I'm warning you, Mark. Don't mess with me. What did you do to Cyrus? He's in the clinic. His lip is busted. You're awful. I've reported you to HR. Pack your rags." Mark rolled his eyes. "I'm the villain to you, but you never look at your own mess. You're such a hypocrite." The doors opened on the 6th floor. Mark walked out, leaving Erica fuming. He turned into a spacious, modern office, his office as CEO. That afternoon, he sat in a closed-door meeting with department heads and the HR director to review next month's promotion cycle. In the boardroom, suited and composed, he watched the HR manager's presentation. A name caught his eye. Grayson Tate, a data analyst. "Wait," Mark cut in. "Grayson, you're recommending him for promotion?" The room went quiet. "Yes, sir. His supervisor's report says he's been consistent and shows initiative." Mark frowned. "That doesn't line up. I've seen his metrics. He missed 2 complete reports in 2 cycles." Tension filled the room. "I want a full audit of Grayson's performance files. I want facts, not favors." "Understood, sir." Minutes later, they brought the files and a USB. "Sir, we gathered the monthly performance reports and scorecards. However," the HR lead hesitated. What is it? We found irregularities in the score sheets from the data analytics division. One of the evaluators stood, hands shaking. Sir Mark, I have to confess, I encoded the final scores, but those weren't Mr. Cyrus's real numbers. I altered the data row. Why? Mark asked, voice cool but tight. The employee wilted. Ms. Erica and Mr. Cyrus paid me to raise his score and promised a bonus if I did. They said his promotion was guaranteed if I bumped the numbers. A low murmur rippled around the room. Thank you for being honest. You're protected. We'll investigate thoroughly. No one who wrongs this company gets away with it, Mark said. Inside, he noted another lie exposed and tightened the net he'd been weaving. The next day, Erica walked into work, excited. She thought HR had suspended Mark and had him fired, but before she even reached the lobby, she saw Mark in the distance, pushing a trash bin. Seriously? She muttered, seething. She wanted him gone. Every time she saw him, her conscience knocked, poking holes in the false narrative she'd built. She marched up and blocked his path. What did you do? Beg HR like a street bum so they wouldn't fire you? You're unbelievable. You hurt Cyrus and didn't even get suspended? This is unfair. I won't let it slide. Mark smirked, not from joy, but from grim amusement at her predictability. You're awfully eager to get rid of me, Erica. We're not even at the exciting part. Calm down. Erica's eyes narrowed. I knew it. You're trying to ruin my reputation. Am I? I haven't done anything to you. You and Cyrus keep crashing into me. You're digging your own graves. Her phone buzzed. Messages from the team chat. Erica, company announcement. Someone violated the no-smoking policy on site. Not named, but isn't Cyrus always smoking? Karen wrote. Feels like it's Cyrus. Guard stopped him at the door. Looks suspended, Mara added. Erica opened the company page and found the official memo. She turned to Mark, livid. Happy now? Cyrus got suspended because of you. You should have been suspended. You hit him. My fault? He broke the rules, and he hit me first. If it were only the smoking, maybe he wouldn't be suspended. But the CCTV shows who threw the first punch. I defended myself, Mark said. Erica clenched her fists, furious. She'd acted without checking the facts. Too late. Cyrus was suspended. A new plan flashed in her head. A way to control Mark again. She remembered how easily she used to guilt-trip him. She softened her voice and feigned tears. Mark, please, stop. I love someone else. Accept it. But it's not too late for us to be friends, so there won't be trouble. Mark stared at her, as if reading her thoughts. I stopped a long time ago, Erica. You're the one who can't keep quiet because you're hiding something. Yes, I loved you. Not anymore. Don't flatter yourself. I'm done. It felt like a blade to Erica's chest. Don't expect me to be your friend, Mark added. I'm not the Mark you used to use. You'll never pull my strings again. And here's another warning. Stop humiliating me. If you don't, I'll expose truths you don't want heard. How dare you? She shouted, shaking with rage. Mark turned away and pushed his trash bin down the hall. At lunch, Erica met Cyrus at an upscale restaurant. She didn't know one of Mark's men was tailing them. I'll get back at that janitor. He should have been suspended, not me. HR backed him over me. Cyrus fumed, dabbing his bleeding lip. I know. It's like he has someone backing him. It's infuriating, Erica said, biting the last of her pasta. Cyrus leaned back, thinking. He's just a janitor. How does he keep getting away with everything? Exactly. That's why we need to take him down, once and for all, Erica said firmly. As they sipped coffee, Erica noticed a post in the internal app. Babe, look, company-wide invite for the upcoming gala party. Yeah, saw it. Formal event. Press, investors board, everyone will be there, Cyrus said. Exactly. Erica smiled. It's the perfect chance to ruin Mark. Public event. What if there's a scandal? He won't escape the shame. What's the plan? Cyrus asked, eager. Simple. I'll use being a woman, my weakness. I'll act like he harassed me. I'll claim my drink was spiked. I'll approach him to apologize and ask for a drink because I'm thirsty. Once I've drunk it, I'll pretend to feel dizzy so he takes me to the lounge. Then chaos. Brilliant, Cyrus said, eyes gleaming. Then even if he reveals your past relationship, who'll believe him? Everyone sees him as an obsessed janitor who can't move on. You're the girlfriend of a star data analyst. You have credibility. I'll push the narrative. He's been targeting you, blackmailing you. Classic stalker behavior. Exactly. Anything he says to defend himself will look like deflection. They sealed the plan, unaware the man behind them had recorded everything. He stepped outside and called Mark. Boss, confirmed. They're planning to frame you at the gala. I recorded it all. Mark's voice was calm. Good job, Brett. Let them enjoy their victory. The following week, Mark kept up the janitor act. He watched Erica and Cyrus carefully. They avoided provoking him, protecting their plan. In the cafeteria, Erica and Cyrus sat with Mara and Karen, buzzing about the gala. I'm so excited. Red carpet vibes, Erica gushed, twirling her iced coffee straw. What are you wearing? Mara asked. An emerald green gown, elegant but daring, high slit, Erica said, picturing the spotlight. Wow, total star, Karen chimed in. Erica leaned in. Girls, Cyrus and I have a bomb to drop at the party. What bomb? Mara asked warily. Shh, you'll be part of the plan. So the janitor, Mark, gets kicked out. He'll cry at his own party. Erica giggled. Mara blushed, uneasy. Erica, are you sure? What if it backfires? Karen added, worried. Erica rolled her eyes. Relax, we'll leave no fingerprints. I'll rely on my best actress skills. And who will people believe? Us in the executive circle, or the obsessed janitor? Karen didn't want to be involved, but she nodded anyway. The cafeteria door opened. Mark walked in, still in uniform, carrying a tray. Hey, Mark, Cyrus called loudly. Come sit with us, my treat. Mara and Karen were surprised by his showmanship. Erica's smile shifted, as if a new script had entered her head. Mark smiled back, sat beside Karen, and said nothing. He didn't need a script. He was the director. Mark, buddy, how are you? I know we got off on the wrong foot, but it's not too late to make peace, Cyrus said, patting Mark's arm. Don't worry, Erica and I aren't mad. We talked. It's fine that we're in the same company. Mark nodded, smiling. Good. It's just strange you're not trying to get me kicked out. You're not your usual lively selves. Cyrus forced a grin. It's not like that, bro. We're just not comfortable because of the past, that's all. Mark's smile turned sly, his tone calm. Ah, she's uncomfortable because she's guilty. She cheated on me and replaced me with you. That it? Erica's grip tightened on her fork. Don't try to humiliate me in front of my friends. Or else what? Mark asked. Else I... Hit me? Mark pushed. Enough, Cyrus cut in. We're trying to make peace here, and you're the one picking a fight. Me? That's funny. You two are so easily rattled, Mark said, starting to eat. The table stayed awkward. Mark, you coming to the gala? Cyrus asked after a pause. Of course, Mark said between bites. Side gig as a waiter, extra pay. Cyrus smiled and glanced at Erica. Good. See you there. Karen tried to change the subject. Promotions are coming up, maybe next month. I think you'll be promoted, Cyrus. He grinned. Yeah, expected. I gave my best performance this quarter. I'll be head analyst, plus a raise. Mark chuckled, a needling laugh. You sure about that, Cyrus? What do you mean? Are you saying I don't deserve it? You know nothing about my work. You're just a janitor." Mark paused. "At least I didn't cheat." Cyrus's face hardened. He slammed the table, drawing stares. "Calm down," Erica hissed, grabbing his arm. "Get out of here, Mark, before I choke you," Cyrus growled. "Don't be rude, I'm not done eating," Mark replied, unbothered. When he finished, he left them stewing and smiled to himself. The scene was satisfying. Gala night came at Farmer Nova. Mark was one of the servers. A little later, Erica began her act, pretending to feel dizzy. She asked Mark to take her to the lounge. He knew exactly what would happen, but he played along. Then chaos. Cyrus threw punches and accused Mark of assaulting Erica. Employees filmed the commotion. Erica's friends, Karen and Mara, piled on, calling Mark a stalker and blackmailer. Security arrested Mark for investigation. He went quietly, whispers trailing behind. Erica and Cyrus smirked, believing they'd won. As Mark was led out, he turned and smiled at them, a smile that made Erica's stomach drop. Weeks later, Mark was terminated from his janitorial job, to Erica and Cyrus's delight. Today, though, they were excited to attend the company recognition event, where promotions would be announced and the new CEO introduced. In the hall, everyone waited. Erica sat beside Cyrus, grinning, until a familiar figure stepped on stage. The smile died. "No, that can't be Mark," Erica whispered, rubbing her eyes. "I don't know," Cyrus said, voice shaking. "Good morning. I am Marcus DeVere, the new CEO of this pharmaceutical company my father acquired. You know me as a former janitor here, and yes, I pretended to be someone of low status because I wasn't ready to reveal who I was, and because I had a mission," Mark began. A wave of murmurs swept the room. People stared, stunned that the janitor was actually the son of a billionaire. "While I worked as a janitor, I witnessed the mistreatment of those in lower positions. I saw people exploiting others' weakness." Erica and Cyrus felt the words like darts. Their friends looked down, guilt written on their faces. After Mark's powerful speech, the awards began. Names were called, including Cyrus's. He hurried onto the stage, eager to finish. But before HR could hand him the award, Mark raised his hand. "Hold on," he said, stepping to the microphone. "Before we continue, I have something important to address." All eyes turned to him. Cyrus froze. Erica sat rigid in her seat. "The person in front of you does not deserve this promotion." "Excuse me, what are you talking about?" Cyrus asked, feigning confusion. Cyrus Moore cheated on his scorecards. He used his girlfriend, manager Erica Sanders, to bribe an evaluator to manipulate performance ratings, raising his scores and lowering others. "That's not true. You have no evidence," Cyrus said, pleading. "Everyone knows how good I am. Don't drag our personal issues into work." "This isn't personal, it's about the truth," Mark replied. "You want evidence? Fine." One of the head evaluators stood. "He's telling the truth. Erica and Cyrus paid me. Erica threatened my job. I couldn't take the guilt anymore." Gasps filled the hall. Erica squeezed her eyes shut, hands trembling. Cyrus stared at the floor. "It doesn't end there," Mark continued. Footage appeared on the giant screen. Cyrus bumping Mark in the cafeteria, threatening him. "You'll be nothing. You're just a janitor." The HR director walked up and faced Cyrus. "Effective immediately, you're disqualified from promotion. You will face administrative action for falsification and misconduct." Another officer approached Erica at the aisle. Tears streamed down her face. Karen and Mara looked away in shame. Erica broke free and stumbled toward Mark. "Mark, please, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were Marcus DeVere. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was carried away. Please forgive me." Mark looked at the woman who had once been his world. Now you ask for forgiveness, after the mockery, the insults, the betrayal, after you helped Cyrus destroy me, not just as an employee, but as a person? I was blinded by anger. I didn't mean to ruin you. No, Erica, everything you did, you chose. Now you live with it, Mark said, then addressed the crowd. I know many of you couldn't believe it that night at the gala. The truth is, I was framed. They planned everything to make me look like a predator, and Cyrus would swoop in as the hero. And their friends, Mara Sanchez and Karen Chavez, were part of it. Mark, please, Erica cried. Mark stared at her without pity. I have proof. The screen flashed with screenshots Mark had saved from Erica's phone, showing chats where they admitted using him. Then came the secret recording from the restaurant, Erica and Cyrus plotting to frame him at the gala. Finally, CCTV from the gala showed that Mark had done nothing wrong, and the collusion among Erica, Cyrus, Mara, and Karen to falsely accuse him. After thorough investigation and with this evidence, Mara and Karen are officially terminated, effective immediately, Mark announced. The hall erupted in whispers. People shook their heads. Erica sobbed openly. Mark went on, revealing the whole truth of their past. For 4 years, I loved Erica. I took the insults, the coldness, the cheating, hoping she'd someday see that I was worth it, even just a janitor. She left me when I needed her most, for another man. Funny how life works. The janitor she left is now a CEO. Erica could barely breathe. Memories flooded back. How Mark had loved her. How he never left, despite her cruelty. She had traded him for ambition and temporary comfort. Now all she felt was crushing regret. Cyrus stood mute in the corner. Mara and Karen tried to explain, but the evidence was overwhelming. The decision stood. All 4 were out. Security led them away, cameras flashing as everyone watched their fall. It was a brutal reminder that no matter how long lies are hidden, the truth eventually comes out. Mark lifted his gaze to the crowd. Music. Let today remind us, don't judge people by their job or status. Whether janitor, staff, or executive, everyone deserves respect. The hall erupted in applause for the former janitor, now standing as CEO, teaching a lesson no one would forget. 2 years passed. Farmer Nova found its footing again under Mark's leadership. One of his first major initiatives was a stronger campaign against workplace bullying, discrimination, and abuse of power. His personal life healed too. He met Elaine, a new hire in marketing with compassion and solid principles. Slowly, they fell in love. A kind of love free of manipulation, built on respect and care. Mark had finally found a woman who loved him not for his position, but for who he was. 2 years into their relationship, despite their busy schedules, their love only deepened. One night on the company rooftop, Mark proposed. Elaine, since you came into my life, my view of love changed. Despite my past, you love me for who I truly am, he said, dropping to one knee and opening a box with an elegant ring. Tears sprang to Elaine's eyes. Elaine, will you marry me? Yes, I will, she said, as tears rolled down her cheeks. She hugged and kissed him. Meanwhile, things did not go well for Erica and Cyrus. Within 2 years of being fired, they broke up. Erica realized Cyrus had only used her. He never loved her. She was left heartbroken, alone, and full of regret. At night, the memories returned. The insults, the exploitation, the betrayal she'd dealt Mark. Life held up a mirror. What she had done to someone who loved her truly, life had done to her. Mark's story is a reminder that a person's true honor isn't measured by job or status, but by character and kindness. Every wrongdoing carries a consequence. Life turns like a wheel. The person you step on today may rise to the top tomorrow, and you'll be shocked to find you can no longer reach them. Learn to respect and be humane, because in the end, truth and goodness prevail. And that's where today's story ends. I hope you liked it and found a lesson in it. Thank you for your continued support of our channel. Thank you for listening. It's your friend, Mr. Hope. If you're new to this channel, please tap the notification bell and subscribe.